Hey, what's up? It is Carmen Chloe, creator of SingleMarriedWidow.com. I help widowed moms to grieve, to heal, and to live after loss. So, shouts out to you if you have been tuning into my videos all week. In this video, this is going to be specifically for my widowed moms with small children. So, the title of this video is Young Widowhood with Young Children. Widowhood all by itself is just an event. Throw into the mix children, small children who still need to be catered to, who still need to be, their food still needs to be prepared for them. They still need to be bathed. They still need help with doing this and doing that. And it just makes for a very interesting situation, and then couple that with having to tell small children that their father, who they were in love with, who were complete daddy's girls, who would act as if Santa Claus had come in the door when their daddy came home. Imagine like having to tell them that he's no longer here. And in their mind, it's kind of like he just disappeared out of thin air. So it just piles on different layers of complications and challenges, if you will. So I just want to just kind of discuss this and talk about it. If you're a young widow with young children, I learned this fact about 2 weeks ago that a young widow is actually considered ages 59 and younger. So I became widowed at 38 with two small children, ages 4 and 7. I'm now 40 years old, and I have a 6-year-old. I have a 8-year-old who will be 9 next month. So I'm still considered a young widow with young children, and there are many different complications that come along with that. Number one is your helper is gone. Your helper is gone. Like when you're married, your mate is your helper. When you have small children, that is your helper to help you with the children that you all made together. Like, with widowhood, that's taken away. Your helper is gone. Your helper is gone. You didn't sign up for this. Like, married with children, you didn't sign up to be a solo parent. And sometimes I like to make the distinction between a single mom and a solo mom. Some people don't really get caught up in the differences between the two, but I like to make the difference because I believe it matters. Like, I was having a conversation with someone who found me on YouTube, and they had mentioned that they were going through a divorce. They were going to be a widowed mom, and out of, innocence, they weren't trying to be malicious or anything. They kind of grouped being a divorced mom with being a widowed mom, and I had to tell them that a lot of people like to do that, but it's not the same thing. And because of the voice that God has given me for this journey, I like to make the difference when people kind of just group widowed moms and single moms together with divorced moms. When people try to group divorced moms and single moms in with widowed moms, it's not the same. And I was explaining to this person, like, the biggest difference between a single and divorced mom and a widowed mom is that our child's parent is not across town. They're not in another state. They're not away on business. They're dead. And that's the biggest difference, and it's the most impactful difference. And I think it's a difference that is worth mentioning and distinguishing between. So it definitely weighs on you when you're a young widow with small children. It's not the same as being a single mom, because we can't pick up the phone and call my late husband and my children's father and say, hey, can you come and pick up the girls? Hey, I'm really stressed out. Can you come and get them? Hey, I have to go run and get my license renewed on Friday, so I'm gonna have to drop the girls off to you. We don't have that anymore. I don't have that anymore. It's just me and them. And, with the help of the family that are able to help out, but it's nobody's responsibility to take care of my children except for me. So that's like a huge difference. And then the biggest thing that impacts you as a young widow with young kids is that now you're doing twice the work. It's bad enough, like, you know, when your husband was around, a lot of times people would joke and put up these memes about how, you know, you would have to sneak in the bathroom to get a break. And even with me, when my husband was around, like, I would go in the bathroom. And I remember my youngest baby, when she was about 2.5 or 3, like, I would go in the bathroom to get a break, and she would literally go and find a pair of keys and a set of keys and like open up the bathroom door like, "Mommy," and I'm like, "Dude, go ask daddy, daddy's in there." So now it's like that's not even an option, and the pressure and the work is like double fold. And then couple that with you're having to figure it out financially, so you're rebuilding your life, your career, your business, or whatever. So those are some of the things that just really weigh on you as a widow with small children. But I just want to give you some tips, because I never want to be the one that is like, you know, talking gloom and doom and making it seem as like, okay, you know, my husband passed away, my life is over, because I don't believe that. Like, I have a fresh perspective on life. Through this whole journey, God has made my purpose clear. So I like to give hope as well. I like to talk about the reality of the situation and not sugarcoat it, but I also like to give hope, because I know that it gets better. I'm a 1.5 years out on this journey, and I can say that it gets better. If you make up in your mind that I shall live and not die and declare the works of the Lord. I am here. I am breathing. I am in the land of the living, so I'm going to live. Once you make your mind up and you get to that point to where you can do that, because trust me, in the beginning, that's not a thought that you have. I'm just saying, when you get to a certain point to where you're like, okay, I accept that he's gone. I accept that he's not coming back. Let me rebuild my life. Let me figure out life again. Once you get to that point, that's when things become better, and you can start making different decisions and different steps towards living after loss. So I want to be the one that gives you the inspiration to, yes, grieve, embrace all of those feelings and grieve, heal, take the necessary time to heal, but also open your mind and your perspective to being able to live again and to live a full life, a blessed life, a life with joy, while also remembering the life that you had, and also remembering your late spouse and never like forgetting them. Okay. So number one, I want to encourage you to give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace, and you may need to even give yourself the grace that other people have not extended to you. Give yourself some grace. Like, period. You deserve it. You've been through a lot. This is a lot. This is something that a lot of people could not handle in their right mind. Number two, try to steal away some time or schedule some time for self-care, even if you have to lock yourself in your room for an hour. Like, I'm in my room. I've locked myself in my room right now while I'm doing this. And my girls, now there's a TV in the living room now where there was not one, so they can watch TV in the living room. I can watch TV in my room and kind of get a couple of moments to like breathe and digress. So try to schedule some time for self-care. If you can go out and do something on the outside, but if not, steal away some time on the inside of your home for self-care. Next tip, try to implement a schedule. Okay, I've not been good about this. As I said, like, I wasn't working before, so my children and I were on a different type of schedule. Couple him passing away, and it just kind of flipped it into something else. But try to incorporate a schedule. Like, my goal for this, between this week and next week, is to incorporate a schedule, to have my children going to bed at a certain time. Yes, with quarantine and everything, things are kind of crazy, but I really want to incorporate a schedule so that we can have some type of routine, some type of normalcy going on. And then the last tip is to know that most things can wait until tomorrow. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get the schedule done today. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get that email sent out while you're trying to build that business today. Don't beat yourself up if you didn't reach your income goal, or you didn't do this, or like, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself some grace on this journey, because this is something that a lot of people will never experience, and there's no blueprint for this, and we're trying to figure it out while taking care of small children, while trying to take care of ourselves, while trying to still live and breathe and have a somewhat good life, normal life, after going through one of the most devastating events in life that anybody could go through. So thank you so much for watching this video, for hanging out. I would love for you to comment, to give me your feedback, especially specifically if you are a young widowed mother with small children. Don't forget to connect with the Single Married Widow Tribe via singlemarriedwidow.com. Once you go to that link, you can sign up for the free healing challenge. It's located inside of my private Facebook group. You can take the challenge at your own leisure. You don't have to, but that is the access link to get access into my free VIP tribe that is specifically for widows, which is singlemarriedwidow.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I will see you all on the next video.